Finish what you start. The lost art of completing work with excellence. This video here is talking about why you should finish your tasks fully, not 80% of the way. This is a video topic that I came up with using ChatGPT to come up with practical ways to pursue transformative excellence in your life. And it's one that I kind of look at and think, this is something that I struggle with, and I can see this one from both sides of the coin, which we will explore in this video. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the co-founder of Kingdom Impact Lab with my wife Tatum, and we are helping Christian business owners and entrepreneurs pursue Christ-like virtues of love, integrity, generosity, humble service, and transformative excellence, LIGHT for short, in your day-to-day decisions, so you can operate your business and be a blessing to as many people as possible and influence your sphere, your target audience, your subscribers, and have a positive impact on the world and the people that you do business with, rather than just conforming to the world's pressures and the spirit of the business marketplace, where you're just chasing money or trying to hit revenue targets or hitting the next revenue goal, or whatever it is. The way that we do things will transform the ordinary tasks in your business into the extraordinary, where you will find a lot of joy and fulfillment in actually doing the work that you do, because you are making a positive impact while growing your business. So let's jump into this video. Why you need to finish what you start. Well, first of all, if you have been watching any of the videos in this series on excellence, you may have noticed that in a previous video, which I recorded this morning, I explained a process that you want to, something that I'm trying to do is you have to first get the fundamentals in place and master the fundamentals, which to me is kind of like with LinkedIn, that I have to go in there and I have to do it myself for a while and figure it out and go through the process so that I can actually build up a SLP and a protocol and a system to follow first, so I know what's happening, I know the kind of conversations, and I can build this system to a point where I can then have someone come in and take over and manage for me, where I can then focus on the next part, get that to 80%, build an SLP and a process, and then delegate that to someone else, and then continue until my business has started to grow a little bit and we're a bit more operational than what we currently are. On the surface, that may contradict what I'm going to talk about in this video, of where the title is Finish What You Start and not 80%. But if you actually dig a little bit deeper, it's not so much the case. So first of all, I am recording this video because even though I fall into the category of someone that typically starts something and then I don't finish it, certain people have that characteristic, and it's common among entrepreneurs. I learned this from Dan Sullivan at Strategic Coach. If you're unfamiliar with him, he's been a coach to entrepreneurs for 50 years, so 5 decades of experience, and this is something that he talks about a lot as well. So certain people, if you're an entrepreneur and you have a project, that the reality is that it may not be the best use of your time to pursue certain tasks to their completion when you could be prioritizing your time to do something else. So that's what I'm saying here, and that's what the substance of this video is actually about. I could have quite easily have decided not to do this video since it kind of describes me, but I'm persevering with it anyway. And what you have to think about here is you have to think in terms of productivity and efficiency, and your time is, as your business grows and gets bigger, will be better suited for different things. And as your business grows, you will find yourself having higher and higher level tasks, which means that, do you think the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company would be the person sending out messages on LinkedIn? Probably not. Do you think the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company would be the person taking sales calls? Probably not. Do you think this same CEO, when he first started his business, did do the LinkedIn outreach when he didn't have the funds and capital to invest in a team to do it for him? Probably. Do you think this CEO, back when he was building the business, did take the sales calls when he was first starting out and didn't have the sales team? Most likely, yeah. So you have to view this here through the lens of exactly where you are in your business. And if you are starting a task for the first time, and again with LinkedIn outreach, that for me, I'm setting myself a target of how many connections I want to send out per week, how many people I want to start a conversation with, how many people that I actually have meaningful conversations with, and then actually providing value for them. Well, to start off with, if I set myself a target, it goes back to the previous video that I set myself a target and no one's holding me accountable to hitting these targets except for myself. But because of my pursuit of excellence, I'm trying my best to actually hit these targets. So with the given task at that moment in time, I pursue it to 100%. If my goal for the week is to send out, say, 100 connection requests, and then send a welcome message to everyone that accepts, it's not in my best interest because I'm not living up to my own standards if I only send out 10 and then leave the other 40 people without the welcome message. So it's focusing on the task that you have at hand and pursuing it until you are 100% complete in that moment in time. And then when you get to the point where you understand and you build a system and a process, an SOP, a standard operating procedure, you are then in a position where you're able to delegate this task to someone else to manage the project for you when you move on to something else. So I hope that makes sense. Like I said, there's two sides to the coin, but it all boils down to the same concept of what I've just mentioned, and that is basically whatever it is that you're doing in this moment of time, do it to the best of your ability with what you have at your disposal in this moment of time. And if it's a recurring task or a recurring project or a recurring thing in your business, try to make it as systematized, as efficient as possible, without taking out the humanness in what you do, of course, without being deceptive in the marketing and what you're doing, without using AI to try and trick people into talking to a human, operating with integrity in what you're doing, but also trying to make the systems more efficient so you can delegate and then prioritize your time on higher level, higher order activities within your business. Okay, that's all I've got for you, and I'll see you in the next video.